So bring out the song in me, crescendos past tragedy.
Hey Joy Chasers, it's Dr. Naima Johnston-Bush from The Refreshing Life with Naima, and it has been a minute since I've done a planning video. I need to give you all an update on all of the planners that I had and how I am using them now, because the first video I did where I talked about how I was going to be using them lasted for a bit, and then yeah, it didn't happen. I had to make some changes. But anywho, I wanted to do a video and just kind of show you where my planning has grown from. And so when I first started planning, I was using this Day Designer by Blue Sky. I love this. This is all my like jam, you know. I like this black and white, clean, modern look. I'm not a floral girl. I really love this. So I had this Day Designer, and I bought it. When I bought it, I didn't buy it with planning in mind. What wound up happening was I just came across a random YouTube video, and I was like, this is a thing. And so I remember, oh, that sounds like fun. It'll help me get organized. And so I bought some stickers. And so the very first time I started planning was the week of February 12th through the 18th, 2018. And this was my very first spread. Now I wish I had the setup so that you could see, you know, from looking down, but I don't have that. I went to the store to actually purchase an arm, you know, to shoot that way, and they didn't have it, so I'm gonna have to order one off of Amazon. But we'll just do the best we can with what we have. So, you know, that's the very first spread that I did, and as you can tell, I just used like a, you know, Make Today Epic and a couple of importance and reminders, and then I watched some more videos, and I thought I would get a little bit more into it, and so my next spreads, they look a little bit more like that. So like on this page, I have some don't forgets, and I gave myself a coffee treat, because I drink coffee instead of, a lot of times I try to drink coffee instead of eat sweets with creamer. And somebody was traveling, probably me, because there's a little plane there, and February is my busiest month. And then just, you know, a little to do and a note of encouragement. And so this is what, you know, what the planning looks like, and it looks like that for a while. And then I saw a video on washi, and I started to get real serious, and I bought some more stickers. And so this is March, right? This is the week of March 5th through 11th, and I started out with my first washies and my plan like a boss, and I had to make some phone calls and to do today, you know, and it's all crooked, and whatever that was I was doing it all day. I was in Tampa doing a program, and I went to eat at Sweet Tomatoes. And one of the things that's funny about this is that, you know, when you look at it, you get to see what you did. Now, of course, this was during the time that we were preparing to move, so packing is on the list. And then I go using some washi again, and I saw somebody do something like this, and the checklists, and nothing is checked off. That doesn't mean I didn't do it, but I was traveling that whole time. This day, I think we went to the beach, and it was probably the last time we went to the beach before we left Florida. And then I got a little bit even more specific, and my lines are getting a lot cleaner. And this was moving day. And so although I did all of these things the day before, I know I did because we got here, I did not check it off. But the sticker that I used was, the secret to getting ahead is getting started. And Pastor Jack, our pastor, came and helped us move. And so he was arriving at 10:30 that evening. And then this was moving day. And these were all the things that I had to get in place before we left. And I was psyching myself up. I was like, it's fab. It's going to be fab. So that was the theme, because then the next day is be fab. So I was learning themes. So it was fab, be fab was the theme for that week that we moved. And I have prayer night down here. We actually had that prayer night, even though we were staying in a hotel. I actually did it in the car. And then I'm pretty, like, for the next month, there's not much going on because I was trying to get acclimated. And then on April 23rd, I jumped back in with my first spread that I was really proud of. And it was a Wonder Woman spread. And I had gotten a kit from AC Moore. And it was the last kit that I had from Florida. And I'm headed to Florida in a couple weeks, and I certainly will be going to AC Moore. But I actually even put Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I used 2 different kinds of washi. I had my daily 3 things that I try to do every day at the time. I don't do that anymore, and I do something else. But I had put that in there, and I had all these little Wonder Womans and working on my YouTube, taking pictures. Just, you know, it was my first one that I was really, really proud of. And let's see. I kept trying, and ultimately I kept watching videos, and I kept learning tricks, and I kept trying. And so I did use a flower there, some pink. I was trying to get rid of those flowers that I had. I don't remember what sticker book this was, but these were not Happy Planner stickers. Because at the moment, I had no idea that if I signed up for Joann's, Michael's, and Hobby Lobby discounts, that I could get 60% off. And all I knew was those books were expensive. And so I just kept planning and planning. You know, the washi is crooked. And I kept trying to encourage myself, and I kept going. And as you can see, I really use my planner. So I decorate it, but it's a productive planner for me. I mean, I really, really use it a lot. So this is all my planning that I had going on, and I tried to stay in the color schemes, and I was all about the washi. And when I cut the washi crooked, I would put little stickers on like that. And yeah, so let's see, this one was a faith theme that I did. I had a faith sticker book, real cheap one. It was my workouts. I don't think I worked out at all that week, which is why I'm doing the video series about getting back in my size 22 jeans. But anyway, so all of that. And then this was one of my favorite spreads. We are in June now. So in June, this is what my planning is looking like. Remember what it looked like at first. You know, I'm using stickers to remind myself of what I need to be doing, if I need to be writing, if I need to be working on YouTube, if I'm going to the movies with my husband, if I need to go shopping. I'm encouraging myself. I always try to put the quote of the week or what I'm trying to focus on for my life right there. I mark out the days when I can have coffee. I want to make sure that I'm reading. So that's kind of how it's developing, right? My planning. And then I did another Wonder Woman spread because there was enough in that packet to do 2 spreads. So I did another Wonder Woman spread. And I think that that's when I began to watch videos, Praying and Planning, Kell of a Plan. I know somebody whose last name is Snell. Kell of a Plan, and some of the other ladies in the planner community. I was watching their videos, and I was just learning, you know, about things that they were doing, trying tips and techniques and tricks that they were using, and then making it fit for myself. Because like I said, mine is, I do a lot of work in my planner. You know, I write notes, and then at this point, I was trying to, this day designer, it was by the what do you call it? By the hour. It was an hourly, and that wasn't working for me. So I started covering up the hourly times with washi, and I was covering them up with checklists and I was covering them up over here. As you can see, I covered them up with all this kind of stuff, stickers, and because the hourly wasn't working for me. I needed it more as a workspace to plan my work. And so I didn't have a lot going on the hourly. And this, I did this one. You see, I like a lot of black and white and pink and red. And I really like this one because it was the first time I put these little words up here to encourage myself. I had seen that. And it was my husband's birthday, so we did a little cake. And of course, I was trying to make sure I spent time reading. And we went someplace because I was supposed to put the hotel information there, but apparently I didn't. And then I didn't do planning for a while, a couple of days. And then I think in August, once again, as you can see, I was covering up the times, the daily times. This was my last spread in this Day Designer because I decided that I liked it, but I had watched enough videos at that point in time that I knew I wanted to invest in a happy planner, and I knew that I wanted to get some sticker books. And I knew then that it was more than a fad for me, because if I stick with something that long, it's a habit. And so what I have done, I'm only going to show you a couple things out of my happy planner. This is my main planner that I use. And what I have in it, as you can see, it's pretty thick, because what's in it is not only my monthly up until, my monthly. There's a 6-month extension in here. And so I use it as my faith planner, not my prayer journal. I have a prayer journal that I use, which is one I created and sell. But I use it as my faith planner and my daily planner. So it's pretty thick because it has 2 sections in it. And so I'll show you what I mean. And you can kind of see how much my planning has grown. See, first, I tried to use it just as a vertical planner, and I was introduced to the LOL line, and I love LOL, and I love the squad goals by the Happy Planner. But these are LOL stickers, but you know, I didn't like it. I didn't like that flow. I didn't feel like there was enough room for me to really do the work that I needed to do. And so that was when I decided that I would use it as a prayer journal. So, I mean, as my faith journal. So what I've done, what I use it for now is, say this is from August. I put in the scripture of encouragement, scriptures that I'm studying, and then I write notes from what I'm reading. Now, I don't copy scripture. Like some people just copy a scripture day. No, I actually am doing a Bible study and writing out notes because I teach a Bible study online. And so if I need additional paper, I use these papers, these half sheets, and I write out all my notes. And I remind myself, you know, see, like this week I was studying John 14, and looks like I was learning about God knows we will be anxious because we will suffer and struggle and be attacked. He calls us to himself. Being anxious requires an alert and self-controlled response. So whatever I was reading, that was the reflection that came to me while I was reading. And so that's the first part of my planner. So every month I have these. So this is this week. This is the week of August the 14th. And then the next week, which would have been the week, well, it's not the next week, but August 27th, notes to pray specifically for some people. And as you can see, I'm far from perfect. Sometimes I just don't check it because I pray every day, but sometimes I don't check things off, or I'm not as diligent in my prayer time as I need to be. Sometimes it's quick, you know. And then I also carry this. So on Wednesday nights, when we have our Bible study, like this Wednesday night where it says Bible study, we went to a church called Johnson Temple, and then I write the sermon notes in there as well. So that's what that part looks like. And then I'll show you, I got the extension, and at the top I write the week. So this was 8/3. I don't know what this is. Maybe it says 19, but that can't be right. But anyway, it's sometime in August. But see how far my planning has come. Things are a lot more straight. I love these little LOL girls. These are the script. This is the scripture or the quote that I'm living by. I was living by this particular week. I have these little meeting boxes. So on that date, I had a meeting with my friend Ashley. That was probably to record our video on singles. But look what a difference. So practice makes perfect. You know, I had these workout stickers. I started, you know, checking those off. But I just want to encourage you if you're just starting to plan, because look how far I've come. You know, I see where I started, and it's so different from where I am now. And things aren't, you know, perfectly straight. And I still do spreads, and I'm like, oh, I hate that. But overall, I mostly like what I do. And this one was one of my favorite ones, but I only have one part. I don't know where the other sheet went. And I think it was because I moved it because it was an extension pack. So this was one of my favorite spreads that I had done. And this one was using the LOL stickers. And then, you know, we went into September. And so like here's some Bible study stuff that I did. You know, I decorated it and planned it out. And, you know, I can tell you that this particular week I was studying John 4, verses 10. So, yeah. And then this next week, September 17th, you know, I was looking at Hebrews 13:15. And that's what it looks like. So that's what I do, and that sits at the first part of a month. And then, oh, here's the second part of that planner, that page. And then this is the other one, the other side of it. It's in the next month. It's in September because of the way it all fell. The dates fell that week. So I go, like this one, I use squad goals, and I love squad goals. I love the little girls. And I love the fact that they are multicultural girls, that they, you know, you can find one in your complexion. You know, everybody's included. I love that. And I always like this week, I was telling myself, you are stronger than you think. And I was thinking a lot about that. There's a Whitney Houston song, I Didn't Know My Own Strength. And I crashed down and I crumble, or something like that. But I did not, I crashed down, I tumbled, but I did not crumble. Something like that. I didn't know my own strength, but it's a good song. Look it up. So this is what it turned into. And this particular spread was one of my favorites. And it actually is a mix of squad goals and LOL. But this was one of my favorite spreads, and that was September. And I thought this one was pretty cool too. So I came a long way, and I think I'm gonna do a video of tips and tricks that I learned as soon as I get the right, what do you call that thing? The thing you put your phone in and boom stand, you know. When I get the right boom stand to record it good, I'm going to show you some of the tips and tricks that I've learned. You know, how do I get my washi straight? You know, how do I get the lines straight? That kind of thing. Who are some of my favorite planner people? Who did I learn the most from? Those kinds of things. I think that'd be a cool video, you know, for those who are just starting out. So this is more of my, you know, Bible study, and here we are into October. Yeah, I guess that would be the better name for it. It's a Bible study. I use it for Bible study sheets, and I don't use like the soap method or anything like that. I have my own method that I use. But let me show you these. because this was October. And so this is really kind of where I am now in terms of my planning. This was one of my favorite ones too. I try to stay within a general color scheme. Oh, I love this one. I thought this one was so cute with the pumpkins and the little girls in the rain. And that's me and my friend Leanne from the Lemon Sisters. Go watch her videos. She's a Disney freak. But anyway. And then, you know, I put little notes in so that I know when things are coming up so that I can make sure to include them the next week. I love this little girl because, oh, she's just so cute. And this was a great spread, I thought. I love the colors, just doing the greens. And I learned a lot. Like, you know, look at how I was able to position the boxes. This was right after I got the colorful boxes sticker book from the Happy Planner, and I got that on sale, of course, because I had a coupon. It was 50% off, even though it didn't matter because I went in there and everything was 50% off anyway. So, but I learned to do these things. So I put these two squares together and then I put a little sticker over them like that, and I thought that the effect was pretty cool. So and I was like a boss. I was like a boss. So look how far, you know, I came. I came pretty far. And then we get into November, of course. And we're almost done. I'll show you what I did in November. I skipped a week in November, Thanksgiving week. I don't even know. Everything was so crazy. I didn't even get my time. Sunday evenings is when I sit down and do my planning for the upcoming week. And I tell you what, when I don't get my time, because it's also how I decompress and get my mind straight and organized, that next week, Thanksgiving week, was nuts because we had so much stuff going on. There was a Thanksgiving service I had to sing at. There was a Thanksgiving dinner at the church. There was another Thanksgiving dinner at the school. I had to be the hostess for that. There was just a whole bunch of stuff going on. And so I didn't plan that week, and it just made things like nutty, nut. Nutty, nut. And so here we are. And this is this week's spread. So, I still get some things crooked. You know, part of the reason why this one was crooked is because I was watching some on HGTV real intently at the same time. I mean, not HGTV and the Food Network. At the same time I was planning. So, that's this week's plan. So, I need to check some things off because I haven't yet. So that's kind of where my journey has come from with planning. And I just wanted to share that with you and encourage you. But this is probably one of my most favorite ones. I showed you this one already, but it's a good one to end on. So if you're just starting to plan, be encouraged. If you are a planner and you're doing videos already, praying and planning, Kell of a Plan, Gabby Quiet Girl at Home with Quita, I just want to thank you. You know, I don't know you all don't know me. I'm not a planner babe, seriously, in terms that I make planner videos all the time. I enjoy it, and a lot of what I learned from people like you. So please continue to do the work that you do. So the next video I'm going to do on planning, I'm going to do tips and tricks that I've learned to help me with my planning. And I'll also do an update on how I'm using all of my planners as we go in 2019. I don't have any plan to get a new planner until at least June. So that's the commitment that I've made. I like to be committed. So anyway, Joy Chasers, find something that you love and stick with it. You know, make sure that you are taking care of yourself. Like this for me is self-care. It's time for me to get organized, get my mind right. And it's great that I keep my Bible notes in it because when I'm at a meeting and things are getting nutty or I've got a million things going on, I can pull back and look and see what I read in the morning, and it really helps me. So I carry that all together. And I think that's about it. So I hope that you'll subscribe to the channel if you love music and Jesus and Bible studies and dream development and planning and vintage items, then this, and learning how to pray with power and to be thankful, then this is the channel for you. So hit the subscribe button and the notification button and hang out with us some more. We're on a journey, and it's a wild journey to joy with Jesus. So you all be blessed, and thanks for tuning in.